Good evening and welcome to another episode of The Coach's Box. Ray Halbrook here with Live Stream STL. Hope everybody's inside and warm tonight. We're going to call tonight's episode the Snow Day version because all of our schools are already snowed out. So there you have it, and there you are. That's our snow day. And the guys are all here, and we're going to turn their microphones on real quick here. Guys, how you doing?
Great.
We're here.
We're here.
Hey, you know what else is here?
It's what?
Oh, the cup's here.
About time you bring it.
It's about time now.
Well, hopefully it's not rigged this week.
Yeah. Hey, can we get some clear definitions on the rules
And the question.
questions?
It's like the Adam Sandler movie. I win.
Yeah. Hip hop anonymous.
I'm going to apologize.
What's this game called? I win.
Hey, so before we get started,
It's rigged.
It's
rigged. If you're playing into it, it's rigged at that point.
before we get started, I want to make sure I'm making the announcement that Waits Financial Services tonight was willing to buy our dinner for tonight for all of us here on the show. So I want to say
Mr. Waits.
big, huge shout out to Brian Waits from Waits Financial Services
Ryan Wade.
for buying our dinners tonight. So
Yeah, he'll have a
appreciate
big
that.
golf tournament coming up
Yes.
not too long, and I'm sure you guys.
Are you going to go this time?
I will have to take a day off of work. I guess I can do that.
It's a fun day. It's a fun day.
Why not? I'll deserve one after the season. So
There you go.
there we go.
Get it
But-
done, man.
I'm not much of a golfer.
Hey,
Right here, man.
it's all for Special
I'm not much of a
Olympics.
golfer.
They'll be
Yeah.
making fun of us. So who's the worst?
I just drive the cart.
Trust me.
I'm here
all
for
the
comic relief.
I'll just ride in the cart.
There you
I
go.
won't do any driving.
Well, if that's what you call it when you worm burn,
my.
8 yards. That's
Don't-
what I do. Or hit
Tell-
rocks.
Don't tell people that. Don't
I
tell
know.
people that.
We're going to use your ball or your ball or your ball. We're not using mine. If I get lucky and hit a couple of them that we use, I feel pretty good about myself. And here's the best part, Jay.
The only ball we ever use from yours is the putting one.
Maybe. Here's the thing.
Man.
You have to take. I take a bunch of practice balls and anything I can find, and my goal is to walk out with more golf balls than I started.
That is true. He has
And
a
that is
big
my
point there, yes.
that
He
is-
takes 3 holes off and goes and walks all the woods
No, I
around.
don't. No, I don't take any holes off. I just walk. If I see one that's in the woods, because I'm obviously looking for mine. I'm looking for one. I see 2. I pick 2 up. That's +1.
I would definitely do that.
That's what you got to do. I don't buy any golf balls. I bought these Top Flight and all these high. No. Here, I'm gonna get this pink one right here because I might be able to see it, and I'm gonna use that one. I don't know if it's a real ball.
Do
I
you
could
hit
use.
from the pink box too?
I should. I hit from the women's tee. Probably no. It still wouldn't help. Now McVeigh over here. McVeigh, he has this mad Happy Gilmore drive. Yeah, look at you. It's all modest and everything. It's
Does he
like,
does he have a big Bertha club about like this? Or,
regular lefty golf
I
club.
could say, yeah.
He's
Lefty.
the
Weird lefty
he's
swing.
the bogey golfer over here. He's
I
the bogey
mean,
golfer.
hey,
Not that great.
use yours on the drive for sure. You can hit it a mile. I don't know what your
well, if
short
this
game's
tells you
like.
anything, last time I played golf, I was employed by Crystal City. So
How many stops along the way?
That was probably when I was subbing for him.
Carry the one. Carry the one. I don't know how many years that's been.
How many
It's
stops
been-
are on
this
the
is,
way there?
at the end of this
Connect
year,
the
it'll be
dots.
21 years in. So
Man.
You was there 10, right?
yes, I was.
Wow,
10.
so 11 years ago he started. Last time he picked up a golf club.
Well, no, I mean,
He's
I
moved some.
I'd worked some place. I worked 2 places before Crystal. So Perryville, Farmington, Crystal.
Okay.
Then I
That's
jumped
right.
around. Then it was Kingston, then Potosi,
Wait, you worked at
and
Kingston
then
too?
Normandy.
Yeah, that was Normandy. I
And
remember
Not
that.
then-
the Normandy one, but I know
Hopefully,
about
I
Kingston.
found my last place of employment.
There you go.
We hope so.
I
sure hope so.
Absolutely.
But why not? I was looking for a job when I got this one.
But hey, that's a huge. So I just want to give another big
Yeah.
shout out to Brian. Thanks for that.
Thank you, Brian.
He's
There
the
you
golfer.
And he also
Hey,
said,
he's
yes.
the golfer.
he said,
He's
"You're
already
welcome,
replied.
fellas. Have a great show.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about the great show, but thank you, Brian, because we're, you know, how we are.
Yeah, I think of him every month when I make my insurance payment. My life insurance payment, which he called me a long time ago to redo something, and I never called him back.
Did
So I'll get
Tara
on-
Lynn
I'll-
want you to up your life insurance policy?
I need to get more on her.
Yep. See, she obviously agrees. All right, so moving into the other part of our jobs. So we're all here, and not a lot of games been played last couple nights.
No. No.
Um,
not
I
so
mean, in the
much.
city they're playing.
Yeah, in the city, they're finally playing. We're not playing down here. That's such a weird thing.
Yeah, I saw that. I was looking at that.
I mean, this is the worst part of having basketball at this time of year is snow. We were very blessed to not have snow issues all the way up
Well,
until
me and Blair were on a little three-way phone call today with our AD, and I said, this is me and Coach Gilman's fault. We were bragging about how we're going to get 18-2 in this year. We beat COVID, and then Mother Nature just came in. And
there
you
was
know,
another word that was going to happen.
I did too.
I was ready with the bleeper button. I was ready.
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature, being the woman that she is, come in and
Hey.
said, show you basketball gods.
I'll tell you what, she's gonna roll her head again next week too.
Yeah.
Looks like so.
Yeah.
Be ugly next week, too.
She's definitely cold. I'm telling you right now because it is not.
She's
it's not
cold-hearted.
warm.
That's
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not. It's not warm outside. So keep throwing the salt out there. It ain't melting.
No, it doesn't do
It
no
ain't melting at all. You're just pushing the ice from one side to the other. It ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
And so now
she's a little cold-hearted.
we've lost 2 games this week. We were supposed to play. Hang on. We were supposed to play Windsor on Monday, and tonight we were supposed to have played Bayless. Both of those are canceled with no.
Oh boy, Justin Ford's all over it. When was
He
Ford
is.
allowed back?
Wait,
are we going to play our game tomorrow, Ford? That's what I got to know. All right, so I hear we're probably
If you're gonna play that game tomorrow,
play
you
that
can be
game
on the
tomorrow.
show.
Let's go.
All right, so back to what we're. So I've already lost 2. I got to play R7
Friday.
on Friday. Want to play them. Want to get that one in for sure.
Well, we haven't touched a basketball since Friday.
Yeah.
Like we played Friday against Grandview, won, and then I was like, man, we had 4 games last week. I'm like, guys, you got the weekend off. I'll see you Monday. And then, well,
Nope.
that didn't
Have a
happen.
good weekend.
Hey!
Wait, oh.
We're dismissing half a day. Hey.
So we were supposed to play St. Vincent Tuesday, and then Blair was supposed to play on Monday. So then we rescheduled it for quadruple hitter on Tuesday.
It's supposed to be on Tuesday, and
And then now it's going to be on Saturday, hopefully, and we're playing Crystal on Friday. So we're going to have to play back-to-back days conference games.
Nice.
And, I mean, it's not going to be easy. I got
Nope.
Crystal City and got a little Tulloch kid running around scoring points all over the place, and then we're going to have to go down to St. Vincent. At St. Vincent, you know where that's at? What county?
No, I wasn't talking about that. That's all
I figured you all were going to say,
wait.
Perry County!
You know what
Yes.
you do? You can just hold the ball.
we definitely are going to be a Prairie County.
Ooh.
Speaking of holding the
I
ball,
can't hold the ball like Northwest did. I mean, bless Moss. I don't know how he did it, but I couldn't do
You know
it.
anybody else that did it?
Well, I know.
Maybe at a certain school, just maybe a little east of Hillsboro, in between Hillsboro and DeSoto on the
It's
south, I
actually
guess.
southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah, against Grandview. Yeah, I did it.
Maybe.
Besides what you're hitting at, I'm just
Yeah.
going to say.
I may have.
That- what you
watching.
did was a little different than what Northwest did.
Northwest just started after the game. It's like, hey, guys, here what we're doing. We're just going to sit here and hold the ball.
That's right.
I will say this. It would be very difficult to do that with the Wibmeyer kid on the front of that 1-3-1. He's tough.
Yeah, they beat us by 11 the first time,
he's
and
fun
he
to
was
watch.
flying around. So I'm hoping we can maybe do a little damage.
by the way, did we ever address that particular situation about holding the ball with that particular game?
We did. I think that was the.
Did we have like our thoughts on that?
We did.
he
yeah.
wasn't here that night.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Well, let's
was
get your thoughts on that, Coach Jarvis.
on the Northwest game.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well,
Wait
whose
for
thought? What thoughts do you want? I mean, like,
Uh-oh.
if I'm
Jason, we want your unfiltered
okay,
thoughts.
let's go Jarvis Unfiltered then.
Oh, shoot.
Legacy
Oh, mother.
is one of the most
nature.
athletic, one of the most athletic teams around. Why are you sitting there in a zone letting Northwest hold the ball at half court? Stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Wait, I got to say this. I'm going to be devil's advocate for a second. Maybe they couldn't communicate man-to-man quick enough because none of them spoke English.
Okay, well, I heard them all talking to each other, so they understood each other.
Oh my God!
I can't believe you just said that. But
They didn't speak English. They're like, my kids would go, "Hey, where are you from?" And they're just like, "Key." I'm like, what's Key? Key. Hey, and they started speaking. He's like,
That's
I had
not
no
it.
idea.
That's not it.
Usually, I just like
And-
to get to know the kid, you know.
That's not it.
And no, hey, Coach, I didn't understand
and
what he
then,
said.
I
I'm like,
mean,
yeah,
I
that's what
understood
happens.
what Moss was doing. I did. I understood what Northwest was doing. They thought maybe we shorten this game. It's the only way we have to win. But
Keep it
wow, I don't know. I don't know that I could have held the ball for 2
It
quarters.
was 0-0.
close. After the
At
one.
the
end
end of the first quarter,
I
and it
wonder
was
if that's
4-2
a record.
at the end of the
you
second.
know what? That's
And that is why when you fill out that NFHS thing, that there is a question about shot clock. Several questions.
There's
about shot
always
clock.
a question about shot clock. And again,
Yes.
I can get on
It's
the
coming
tangent.
at some point.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I
As soon as they
They're
consolidate
gonna-
all
I
the
was
schools
gonna
in
say,
Missouri,
Yeah,
that ain't happening.
I would say that.
Ain't
They're
happening.
trying to do
Yeah.
that for
Yeah.
You want to
15
know
years.
what's holding that whole thing back?
Money.
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 No, I know.
Money.
There ain't no money. Just saying.
We'll see.
It's not happening.
We'll see.
Well,
telling
I
you.
mean, I don't know. What do you say to your kids when you're just sitting there holding the ball like that?
Well,
That
we're
long?
gonna try to
win.
shorten the game.
Trying to win.
You go. I'm gonna say, hey, you want a chance to win tonight?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Do
you
it.
see what they
Hey.
did to St. Pius, who's a dummy for playing? Yeah, don't do that. Whatever they did, we're not doing
I'm
that.
gonna say, hey, we're gonna win.
Don't be stupid.
You want a chance to win? Here we go.
Okay, so when you're down, they were down like 15, still holding the ball.
No,
Yes.
Yes, they were.
15?
Yes, they were.
Second half, not so much, but I mean, they.
Oh, they were down
Yeah.
and still holding the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
they only
I would
lost
think
by
that-
11.
I mean, you'd think
know?
that you said if you'd have told me that team would have only lost by 11 against that team at the beginning of the night, I would have said you're insane.
But the way Northwest had been playing
that's-
in that whole
never
tournament,
mind.
I thought
Yeah.
they'd been playing well enough that
half.
why not go out and give a shot?
I don't think they have been playing well. I don't think that they had a chance to beat their size inside, but I also don't believe that their athletic ability in the backcourt would have held out as far as that goes. But I mean,
you hold
maybe,
it for so long, but after it got to where they were down 10, they were down 12. You're down. You gotta go after it. You gotta try to win.
Well, hey, it wasn't the record for fewest points in a half. That was 0. The score was 1-0.
wow.
It was 5-4.
I know it's
At
still
the
it
half.
doesn't.
Yeah,
it-
I know. I mean, I'm just.
no,
saying
I'm
it
just
was
looking it
5-4.
up. I just while we were talking about it, I go. I haven't looked that up yet.
It has to be the record for the lowest points in a quarter
No,
because there was no score.
I know.
It was
Well, I-
tied. It's
I'm
tied.
tied it,
gonna
obviously.
tell you, if I was Legacy, I wouldn't have sat in the zone.
I wouldn't have.
And I run a lot of zone.
Yes, you
And
do.
no, I ran man against you almost the whole second half of the third quarter and all the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
My question is, why not go? Why not throw one of your guards up there, foul the kid, make sure that then they got to inbound it, and then they got to play man to man at that point. I would have not let that entire. They had to have talked. They had to have talked
With the
before the game
communicator.
started. Well, but I'm talking about the coaches.
What was I
The coaches
Oh, no,
had to have talked.
No
No,
way.
no.
No way.
Oh, I think they did.
No, Moss did not tell him he was going to do that. No way. Why would he tell him?
I don't
that?
think he would've.
Nope.
Hey, listen, I'm going to hold the ball.
But you
Don't
guys
come out and get us.
But you guys don't talk when there's a kid's getting ready to get their 1,000th point or
Well,
there's
that's
a kid-
different.
Yeah,
What
That's
is this?
different.
But
I
it's
didn't
the
tell.
same.
I didn't tell him I was going to run man for an entire quarter and a half. I just
Hey,
Yeah,
but it's the same. How
Tell
hard
him
is
I
it-
was going to tell him to shut up. Until I told him
Hey,
I
let's
was gonna
really
shut
be
up.
truthful. It said, "Shut the hell up." Is what he said.
Whoa! I would never use that kind of
That
language.
is what he said towards me on the sideline in front of God and
Was
everyone.
this pre or post?
Oh, this
It
is
was
technical?
during the game.
It was
know.
before
Well,
technical.
Okay.
Whoa!
Pre or post?
Yes, it was.
Hulk smash.
It was. It was after warning,
Okay.
but before technical.
It was fun though.
His feathers were ruffled.
I was laughing
I was-
hysterically
I
sitting
wasn't-
up there.
I wasn't very happy.
So was I when
Oh, I
when the ref came in front of me. I said, "Are you really going to let him get away with that?"
And he did.
I'm like, "Really?"
and because he's less
I
of a
said-
man, obviously he
I
let
said,
me do
"If
it.
that was me, me, I'd have been teed.
Blair. Can we talk about a topic now?
What's up? What do you want to talk about?
I said, can we get on a topic? I don't know.
I'm just saying. So anyway, we're losing a lot of games because of weather. Where did this go?
I don't
Let's
know
take it down
how
a
off
rabbit
the
hole.
rails.
Damn
ADD.
it, down a rabbit.
We gone.
Where's Jim Powers when you need him? You want to
That's
say
why I
you're
had
up?
Adderall at.
Jim Powers, by the way, is in a boot.
Yes, he is.
What did he do?
He
He
broke
kicked
his-
somebody out?
No, he broke his foot. On
Reffing?
the weirdest thing, he broke his foot. I'm not sure if it was going into his office or it was over at where's he work at?
Maryville.
Maryville.
Over at Maryville, he stepped on a doorstop.
Yeah.
He stepped on a doorstop and
twisted
broke his foot. I don't know how he did it, but he broke his foot. I talked to him the other day, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He sends me a picture of his foot in a boot, and I'm like, "What did you do?" And he goes, "Broke it."
Richard.
And he told me the whole thing. That was great.
I don't know that I'd
You know.
tell many people that.
I don't know if I would do it either. I
So
don't think I'd
we're
do it.
going to have him down for a couple of games, possibly,
Awesome.
because he's
There
got
you
nothing
go.
else to do.
So speaking of technical fouls, did we watch the college basketball game last night with Texas?
I didn't
Texas
watch
Tech
it,
and,
but
I heard he was
West
sitting there
Virginia?
or something.
He did. He threw a tantrum.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It
It was a good
full-blown
tantrum.
tantrum.
I'm not sure why I got tagged in this by several people who work for Livestream. Because I didn't throw a tantrum like that. He got ejected.
Who'd
That
you get
was
that
fun.
from? Wasn't from me.
Jeff, Scott, both.
I mean,
Really funny.
Jeff would have been my first.
Yeah.
It was Jeff.
Yeah.
What can I say? You know,
What?
if the boot fits.
Obviously, I have never been ejected from a game, as I explained to them.
Hey, Blair, can you answer that
Hey! Out of all of us here, who's been ejected from a game?
A JV game.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
Nice summer league game. Down at
But let me tell you,
Yeah, you're
watching
going to.
watching that Texas Tech game last night made me laugh a lot. Now, that was priceless. I mean, that just watching his antics and just watching him respond, and then all the players and even
He just
Bob
went down-
Huggins was like.
He just sat down.
Thought it was the greatest thing ever. He
but
was like,
he had to give the fist bump. Hey, coach.
Yeah,
good job. Hey,
fist
all right,
bump
take
to
care.
Huggy Bear.
See, I didn't see it.
Oh man, hey, when he fist bumped Huggy Bear, that made it all perfect.
"Oh, you got to watch it." I mean, you
He
gotta
got
watch it.
he got his money's worth.
Yes.
Can you find that thing on
He's
social media and bring
I
it
don't
up
know.
there?
Can you bring it up?
I don't
Might
know.
break Facebook jail.
We might break
protocols or something.
Facebook protocol.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh man, Charles Underwood says, "Oh Miller, I can see you doing this." I will have to say yes, Charles.
Charles, there
is
you go.
exactly
There you
correct
go.
there.
Number one, it depends on who we're playing in the next game. That's number one. Two, I don't have enough Vaseline to pull that one off.
I knew that was coming. I knew the Vaseline.
I love Charles.
The petroleum
I've had
jelly.
Charles
I
since
knew it was coming.
I had to ask Charles. I said, "Listen, if I slap the floor, would you tee me up?" He goes, "Yeah, I'd tee you."
See, you deserved it.
I didn't say I didn't. I never said I didn't deserve it.
You deserved it when you told me to shut the hell up.
You don't have to talk to me like that.
I thought we were friends. Thought we did a show together.
All those weeks meant nothing.
I was literally hysterically laughing.
See how
in the
this
stands.
always comes back to this,
Oh.
already, since everything comes back to
But
it.
now Charles says Riley could possibly throw one.
I could see that happening.
His
see
is
that.
more of a. He's always stomping that foot. Stomping that.
There's a lot of drama that plays out because aren't you in
Called-
drama?
It's called acting.
Yeah.
Oh,
my for all of our officials who are watching.
I
Yes,
I
he
have
is the actor out of all of us.
I went to college on a theater scholarship. Yes, that is correct. I'm a thespian. I'm a thespian.
So there was nothing athletic about it. He was a thespian.
No,
Thespian.
I'm not going to say I was just a thespian.
part of his
Thespian
routine.
sounds a lot like
Hey,
not
it was part of his routine.
athletics.
I'm going to tell you,
Sounds very non-athletic.
no one, not one person knew that,
That you were
until
athletic.
I made it live on Livestream STL.
You know what? It's something about girls' coaches because I know Ken Jones. And he's going to kill me for this.
just
He's gonna just throw
Can't wait for it.
Throwing people on it.
Hold
He
on a
don't
minute.
watch this show. What
Hold
are you
on,
talking
hold on a
about?
minute. Ken Jones is on the phone right now.
I know that
I
dude
bet
can
he might
sing
be.
and play the piano and
He
all
can.
kinds of stuff. He
What's
may
wrong with
not
that?
admit that, but he is very thespian-like, or whatever you said.
Hey,
Now, there's one thing that I know about Ken Jones that you guys probably not know. He is a huge fan of the Goonies.
Oh, yeah, he loves
Yes,
the Goonies.
loves the Goonies.
Stuff.
Goonies
He's a
or
Goonie.
die.
Well, that's an age. That's right around my time was the
Yep.
Goonies too.
That's
My
an age
wife's a
thing.
big
Sorry,
Goonies.
sorry, Coach Jones. He's calling you out right now. It's an age thing.
No, I'm calling him out because he could have majored in theater probably too. That's all I was saying.
When did you decide that you couldn't act, or did they decide for you?
I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Paid for my first 2 years of college. 100% paid for.
There you go.
Totally
See, it
not
worked.
on the subject, but I wore my St. Louis gear and my Molina hat.
Yep.
Why?
I mean, we have signed Molina.
I think
Oh, did he? I didn't even. see
And I'm not
anything
going to
about it.
lie to you guys. I was super hating the Cardinals the last year or so. I mean, and then they let Wong go, and now they did some things, and I'm like, okay. Now we'll see if DeWallet will open it up anymore. But
No.
His wallet will be
Yeah.
shut for a year.
I think that was like the window's now closed.
Oh, that's a good question. Charles is asking. What do you guys think about the district format?
Well, I'm
Let's
not
go.
opposed.
Let's hit it.
I'm not opposed to it at all. I think it makes more sense that the higher seed gets to host the first round game and the second round game. But as far as the district championship game, I think that needs to be
Neutral.
at a neutral site moving forward across the board. Anyway, I think it makes more sense.
Well, isn't it going to be at a neutral site the way it's set up?
Well,
Wait,
our
no,
our
it's whoever's
districts, every
hosting.
district, depending on how they
Whoever's
do it.
hosting.
Well, the way I think ours is going to be set up, it's going to be
Well, we all voted on it, so each district's would be able to vote how they wanted to do it. They could have done it where the higher seed hosted, or they could have picked a predetermined place to do it at, or what we are doing, as well as we have 3 spots, and then hoping that one of those 3 spots will not be in. 2 of those 3 will not be in the final.
So, like,
you have a chance to play. it to
I'm
fifth place.
predicting that Potosi might be the 3rd seed and will be the 6th seed in mine. So then we will travel to Potosi and play, if that's the way it comes out. I mean, I've seen things voted completely different, like the Bruce Thomas tournament. But so you never know. So, I mean, we beat the 2 seed and then played the 1 seed. That was the weirdest tournament seeding ever. But
Well, I think I like the format. I like it. I think that it gives you an advantage to be a higher seed. I think it
rewards the teams that have won.
It definitely does. It gets you one more home game, gets you one more opportunity to play at home, and then I think it move on to the sectionals. If you hosted, from what I gathered, if you hosted a district championship game, you're
can't
not
have
allowed a
sectionals.
sectional game. So I think a lot of the schools now have realized that, and if they are the year the host, the sectional game, and they hosted the district final, they can't not do it. Automatically goes to their team unless.
So
If both teams hosted, then I think it goes off of some kind of whatever year
Sack
it is,
race,
like
some
a 3 or
consecutive
4
Sundays.
or whatever. So,
So what you're saying is hypothetically, like, say, Park Hills was to win our district, they could host a sectional game if they didn't host the district championship, right?
that is correct.
That's what
That is correct. And this year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is even years, even districts to host.
I don't know.
I think it's the even years.
I don't
even
remember.
districts. So that would be the case.
I
If that
knew
was-
I wasn't going to host, so I wasn't too worried about it.
I mean,
I've always said this in a non-COVID year, and I know logistically it's tough to do, but I've always thought that, in my opinion, you should start with the last seed and saying, hey, to take away a home, I don't want to say home field or home court advantage, say, hey, the last seed, would you like to host districts? No, you don't, and then the next one, and the next one, and then start from there. Because, in all honesty, there is an advantage. You know, you're that 1 seed, you're that 2 seed, and you're always playing on your home court. I mean, heck, you play 30 games at home every year, you know? So, I mean, you know exactly
can't say
what
that over here.
also, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you can't say that about me.
No, I'm talking about Blair. But
I know for
I've
sure
always
him.
thought, I've always
I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've played 7 home games.
that includes the 3 in the tournament.
Yes. So I don't.
What the hell's the matter with your schedule?
Well, because of COVID, and
Oh,
because
yeah,
I
COVID.
lost a
Yeah,
bunch
remember COVID.
I lost a bunch of home games, and the teams I picked up had to have home games. So it was kind of like I'm going to Scott City, I'm going to Bismarck, I'm going to Valley Park, I'm going. I mean, I don't have very many home games. Period.
Fair point.
yeah.
But I like that idea.
Heck, I was the weight
Coach.
team in all the home teams.
That's true. And
tournament.
I think the big thing about
Something
that
about
is
that bench.
is
I
that
like that
gives
bench
a lot of gives a lot of those teams another opportunity, maybe to play another game where. But if you're looking at that,
let's think about it. In all honesty, you get a 1-8 matchup, and we've seen these types of scores where it's 80-2 or 90-10. You're going to make this team go travel to go lose 90-10. Come on, just let them have a home game.
Yeah.
And I don't know. At least I understand logistically that's tough. And
But
maybe
you don't have to worry about that no more.
well,
There's no 1-8 game no more.
nope.
Nobody.
3-6.
1 through 6, baby. That's all you got to worry about. It's like being a big school now.
Coach Winkler over there says he likes that, Coach McVay.
hey, thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach always watches our show. I found that out this week in talking to him that he's
So,
a very avid supporter of the
Really?
Coach's Box.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that.
Watch doesn't
that's
tell
good.
anybody.
He keeps it pretty quiet, but tonight he commented, so
There we go.
now I
Hey.
know.
Well, we had
We're up to
a
12 people who watch the show. Besides us,
Right.
5.
We had a
Yeah, I'm
situation
up to
where
18.
he actually texted me this week about rescheduling a game, and I'm like, I appreciate you letting me know about that. Unfortunately, we had to bump the game. I think it was because we were going to go over to do Pius Windsor, a little bit better matchup and stuff. At this point, we're doing flex schedules. You know,
yeah,
at
you
this
have to.
point, so
We have
it's,
to,
it's
'cause-
it kind of
You
is.
just don't know what's going to happen going
you know,
forward.
is what it is. So.
I think the district schedule, just to wrap this up, put a little bow on it. I think,
For you,
yeah,
For you.
what?
put a
Wow.
little bow on it.
Put a little bow. What's wrong with putting a bow on it? You'll wrap your presents, put a little bow on it.
No.
I'm like the world's worst Christmas wrappers. Trust me, I got to put a bow on it to make it look pretty.
Cover up all the other.
All the tape pieces that you
Yeah,
put
I don't fold very well. This is it's an ongoing joke.
off
with
the
me.
rails, going back on.
So I really, I mean, I kind of like it. I know that it doesn't really favor the lower seeds, but at the same time, we only have 6, right around 6, maybe 7 in some districts. It's
maybe
not. It's
one.
not that big. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it really isn't. Yeah, or 1. Scott County Central girls, and it is what it is. I don't mind playing in the neutral site per se, or it is a neutral site. I think if all goes the way it's supposed to, our district, Bishop DeBerg is the host. So if we were fortunate enough to be a higher seed, I don't know if we will or not, but we could possibly host. We could possibly go and play on the road. But I think the district championship game is going to be played at Bishop DeBerg. At least it's in St. Louis City technically, so I don't have to wear masks. Yay!
No. I
we?
read my
In the city? I don't think so.
No, I think Mitch just said that they're leaving that up to if I may could be this wrong. I could have read this wrong, but I think Mitch just said that if a district is hosted in the city or the county, that they're not going to require a team that's outside of the city or county to do that. Now, I could be mistakenly wrong on that, so don't quote me. on it,
But I
but-
do also know that they have to be able to field certain capacity and everything. So if
minimum of
there's-
60, 100. You know.
So if it's in a place where they can't host or can't have fans, then they wouldn't be able to do it. So, but like I said, it's in the city. It's not in St. Louis County, so Dr. Page doesn't have his greasy fingers on it. And
Oh yeah.
But hey, tomorrow they open up
the 50%,
50% on the restaurants.
Yay! That's exciting for them.
yeah, won't be
About time.
So by next Thursday, you mean there'll be 50% for all?
So maybe by the time
By
I
next
play,
Thursday, it
so
might be
maybe by
back to
the time I-
25%.
Maybe by the time
You
I
never
play
know.
Valley Park, it will be lit. Some stuff will be
So we
lit.
can
maybe.
have some fans in the stands.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about Cardinals, and all of a sudden it got changed real
Yeah,
quick.
thanks, Charles Underwood.
That's okay.
Hey,
it was good.
he has another question.
He has
too.
another
Oh, he
question
has
too.
another-
Wow.
Sure enough.
Man.
What's your take on running the clock in the third quarter if a team is up by
Yes.
30 instead
Yes.
of the
Yes.
fourth quarter?
Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Why not?
I think it's a smart
Yes.
move.
I mean, why
You
not?
eliminate those 80 to 10 games, 90 to 10 games.
Let's just get out of here and go home.
Yep.
Safety, kids don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Why not?
I agree.
Just let the clock run. Even if you get it under 30, the clock still runs.
Right?
So it is in Illinois,
Yeah.
fourth quarter.
Even if you get it under.
Yep.
Wow.
Once you go turbo,
So no, don't stop. No
Don't
matter
stop.
what. If you
So
go,
you really have to have a comeback.
yeah,
yeah, it's a real comeback then.
it won't happen.
It's not one of these fake comebacks from Missouri.
And that's why I like the idea of the concept of.
Right?
I heard that, buddy. But I like the idea, the concept of that, because it takes away, the possibility of, well, I just pressed because you never know in the game of basketball, the three-point line could cost you.
No.
Could keep the
Okay.
game close.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Oh, here we go.
So
Terrell Lynn's gone, so
Here
it's
we
okay.
go.
So you're up, right? I'm up. Say I'm up.
Oh no!
I'm not.
I know where this is going.
Maybe say I'm up.
I do too.
All right.
This is all hypothetical, right?
All hypothetical.
All hypothetical. I'm up. Team hasn't pressed me all game, right?
Oh, shoot.
Put in my subs. Like, we're talking freshmen in the game, sophomores, you know, the
Bottom five.
the guys that don't play much.
Okay.
All of a sudden, team starts pressing me. We turn it over 5 or 6 times. And then you get mad because I put the starters back in.
He's pretty angry for this being hypothetical.
Yep.
He's an angry
It's hot. It's an angry hypothetical.
Timeout tirade right
nice
here.
about
right?
it.
Well, I'm just saying. So, I mean, there's the problem. You know, you try to do that. And if I'm down 30, I'm not pressing.
No, I agree. Here's
If you
the
haven't
thing.
been pressing,
Here's what I think we've all talked about this outside off the show as far as just having a conversation. The big thing about this is,
It was all hypothetical.
Sure. Yeah.
but we've had this
absolutely.
conversation in the past. I mean, me and you have. I know that you and him have had this conversation because you're a big avid supporter of the running clock in the third quarter, just simply for the fact that it doesn't demoralize the kids when they're getting beat 90
Well,
to
I
10.
can tell you a couple times I've been down at a Christmas tournament at Park Hills, and I'm sitting there coming back after halftime wishing that clock was running a couple times. You know, it's like we're down 40.
Well, yes, and my biggest thought process on that, Coach, is if you couldn't press the starters, why were you pressing the other ones if it wasn't to benefit your kids? And that's kind of the concept that
Try to
I
make
think,
the score look good.
Yes, and so where do you draw that line as far as
Well, I can tell you,
Would-
it draws the line.
You
That's
don't press the subs.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't-
let's just get it out there. I'm not tiptoeing around this. If I concede, if I'm up and I put my subs in, or if I'm down. Well, let me be clear here. If up or down doesn't matter. I put my subs in. I look down in there. I'm going, okay, we're done. I mean, I'm getting other kids playing time. It's a 30-30 group.
but
So
what
hang on, let me
happens
finish my tirade now.
No, you
I'm
gotta
going to put
love
them
it.
in there.
hypothetically,
I'm going to put them in there, and you turn around and press my subs. I'm going to say something to you. You don't do it. It doesn't matter. It's not about looks, this, that, or the other. Don't press the subs.
what if your subs are pressing, or his subs are pressing your subs? What's the difference?
No.
Okay.
At that point, it's over.
All right.
It is over. It's over. It doesn't matter. It's like, okay, well, then here, let me press you again with my subs. Because, well, we got to get these guys ready so that way they can play. And if I did that, you'd be pissed.
Sure
You'd be
would.
pissed off at me. You'd be like,
Sure would.
Coach, is that enough yet? You going to keep pressing them? Do I got to hand you the ball every time, every take it out? It's what would happen.
Well,
so all of a sudden, you press my kids. Why? Why? So you can feel better about yourself? So you can go and be like, hey, guys, at least we got it close. That's BS.
I agree.
That's
I
stupid.
agree.
You don't do that.
But-
It's an unwritten rule. It should just be something that you should have enough common sense to know better.
Man, I lit it. I lit
that's-
the fire, baby.
There's-
But
Here's
you know
the thing,
what?
though,
Wow.
as I'm seeing more and more and being in coaching longer and longer and seeing things unfold on a daily basis, that word or that phrase of common sense, it doesn't exist.
No.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't exist.
Well, I
Just
mean,
like doing your job.
well,
it doesn't
I
exist.
sat one of our tournaments this year. What you're saying, common sense, and I watched a team press someone up until 13 seconds left in the game, and they were up 40.
Why?
I mean, and he knows that's why he's got it fired up. And I sat there and was like, I even said it. I'm not even in this game. Neither one of these are my teams. Nothing. And I'm like, dude, hey, they can't get past half court. You can pull the press off, bro. Ain't doing your kids no good.
Well, I had this same conversation, even at the lower levels, and I had a big issue with this problem with, because at what point does pressing and shooting layups at the younger levels develop those kids into better basketball
doesn't.
players down the road? And
You do that at practice.
you see a lot of
Two-line
those.
layups.
Yeah.
You see a lot of these teams that are got the athletes
Yep.
in 6th, 7th, 8th grade or whatever, and they're beating teams, 42-6 in these games, and they're only shooting layups. When they play somebody that's competitive,
Well, back to half court.
they can't handle it.
Well,
Back to
no,
back
no.
half court.
Or what happens? And we've talked about this over the years,
It's just
2 or
layups.
3 kids move, 2 or 3 kids have to work, 2 or 3 kids decide I want to do some other sport or some other activity, and so that team that you had in junior high is no longer the team that we would get as head coaches.
Right.
And then once again, what goes around comes around, and then you're thinking, well.
And
Here,
I've
I'll add
always
to
believed
it,
that.
and I'll add to what you're talking about. Leaving a starter in when it is a running clock, or leaving starters multiple to try and get their point totals up, or to try and do this, that, and the other. And I know we always talk about not wanting to talk about our kids or whatnot, but I'll use Lainey last week as an example. She got her 1,000th point in the third quarter. We were up. It was like 2 minutes left, or about maybe $1.30. She came out. Charles can attest to this if he's still watching. I took her out third quarter. She didn't play the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. There's no point. We were up. Other kids got in, but I've seen it, and that's how you get a lot of these kids that score 3,000 points, or 2,500, 3,000, or break state records, because they're in the ball game up 90-10, still scoring layups. I mean, we've heard about that all the time.
Well, and I'm going to say, same tournament, same team, played another team and lost worse than what.
Made my day.
Yeah, it made a lot of coaches happy. But and the other team wasn't pressing them. They pulled it back and was half court and still beat them 80-something.
Here's my fun question. If you press a team and you're trapping and you say, okay, hey, I'm not pressing anymore. We're just going to play full court man-to-man, and your kids are already just giving the ball away, like they're just dribbling it, and any kind of pressure, standing close, which is obviously, in my opinion, is a little pressure.
It's still
Is that pressing?
Yes.
Is that? I'm still loud
You are
enough.
in the-
Everybody can hear it.
Yeah.
I can
it's
hear
still in the full court. Yes. It's
So
still
yeah,
pressing.
thanks. I just want to be clear about
Yeah.
that, because I don't think I think that's the case too. That's how I feel about it.
Well, and
That's fine.
And we had this conversation, and it was. And I watched it, and they pulled it off, and it was still. I mean, it was the other team played that bad that it was still, and they were pulling it out and setting up and running their offense, and still it ended up being that bad. And that's where, if the running clock was in effect right when that half started, I mean, it would have been fine. I think it would have been a lot better.
Maybe not 30 for the start of the third quarter, but maybe 35.
Yeah, just like football.
Well,
Just like football. I mean,
Here's what
that's
I
what I was
say.
thinking. Football.
I say if it's 35, but then if once that hits the 35 mark, it running clock the rest of the game.
Sure.
No, if they get under 35, it stops it. I think it's 100%. When the game gets over 35, the clock doesn't stop until the end of the game. Because I think
You're not coming back. You're not coming back.
They're-
You're
they're-
already down.
yes.
You're not coming back. Yes.
So
I
that
hear
takes
you.
away
I hear
from
you.
that concept as well.
Right,
And I think
right.
that's kind of what the state of Illinois does. And I know you mentioned that a minute ago, but I think it just takes away from that concept of, I know, you guys give me crap about Illinois.
almost
But
Illinois,
Struggle
are
my
they even
mouth.
playing basketball?
yes, they are.
Oh,
Finally.
Finally.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Very different scenarios over there for
They
sure.
have to wear 2 masks though.
Well, that's coming everywhere.
Now they're getting the kids to move in from Missouri to play the second season.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Blair wasn't even talking this time.
I know.
But you know what? I think that's a great point, and I think it's a good question that I think a lot of coaches need to be coached.
I just
on.
don't know why. We know there's unwritten rules. We know, right? Or are we saying we don't know?
Apparently, we don't know.
There's
You can't tell.
very apparent that it
So
is.
if you're up 50 and it's the fourth quarter, do you put your starters in?
No.
Okay. I just
should
wondered.
have.
I mean,
have
unless
them.
you want your ass kicked by the other coach, which, I'm down with that.
But I don't know.
the first time I'd fought with anybody.
Maybe there's right. Maybe this is deja
The views
vu.
of this show are not the,
The views are
of
that
Live
view is
Stream
my
STL.
view.
Okay,
That is
Rest
the
assured-
views of the
Rest
coach
assured,
box.
if you're up 50 and you put your starters in, I don't care if you're watching or not, and you play my team, I will fight you after the game. You heard it here. You heard it here. Done deal. I will find you. We will fight.
Can we could do a fundraiser. We can get a cage match.
It would not,
Cage match.
it would not be
No holds barred,
It would
right?
not be the
Yeah.
first
The old
time I
Hulk
got my
Hogan
ass
movie?
beat if they're bigger, but that's okay.
Oh,
I don't
but
care.
I
my
go,
gosh.
but tell me, you've been coaching. We've all been coaching. I mean, we probably have 50 plus years of experience in multiple sports. You have to. You can't tell me they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell me that everybody around here does not.
Well, Coach Winkler says some don't know.
Some
Because
don't know.
The problem with some doesn't know is, and here's the other thing that I go back to. Well, it's been done to me in the past. I'm getting back at that coach. Well, here, let me tell you something. You're getting back at that coach. You're not getting back at that coach. You're getting back at those kids that he has now.
I agree with that.
And I think I have a bigger problem with that. I could do that to a lot of teams. And I've had it done to me, and it burns me the wrong way. But at the same time, I'm not going to do that just because that same coach ran the score up on me 6 years ago when I wasn't very good. But all of a sudden, I've got talent. I'm not going to do that because those kids had nothing to do with that.
That's why you address the coach.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Don't take it out on your kids. I don't want to do that.
But there is some coaches that do, and I think that's the common thing about that. That's a bigger problem now than before was. Is that I think it's very difficult. I think that.
You don't want me to comment on this. I'm going to shut up.
I'll comment. Hey, if it's 6, 7, 8 years running, I'm going to do it one time because they got 6, 7, 8 years coming.
Yeah,
one time. That's it. Okay.
And with that, we will take a break. You're watching the Coach's Box. We'll be right back.
For fine Mexican cuisine,
A family atmosphere.
any place to watch your local sport teams. Come out to La Pachangas.
Check out our 4 locations: Arnold, Herculaneum, Crystal City, and Bonter.
Come out to La Pachanga.
Hi, I'm Lawrence Kroedinger with Home by SMCI. Whether it's residential or commercial, we have the right products for you. Global Plasma Solutions will attack your bacteria, mold, viruses, even help dust in your house. They install easily, less than 45 minutes, and it's invaluable for the rest of your life. If you're interested in any of the products that we do offer, give us a call at 636-337-4444 or send us an email at service@homebysmci.com.
Dr. Craig Rubel is an orthopedic surgeon and fellowship-trained sports medicine specialist who cares for all athletes of all ages, performing total joint replacements, knee and shoulder arthroscopies, and general orthopedic procedures such as fracture treatment and carpal tunnel releases. Visit rubelortho.com or call 636-933-7400.
Jefferson College has affordable degree options for students of all ages. Plus, the quality of education rivals any four-year university, and designated classes are guaranteed to transfer. Jefferson College provides safe on-site and online options and many exciting career pathways like humanities, business, social science and public service, math, physics and technology, and science and health. Students who know, go Jeffco. Enroll now at jeffco.edu.
Hi, this is Coach Riley Blair from the Herculaneum Black Cats.
Hi, this is Coach Jarvis from the Herculaneum Black Cats.
Hi, this is Coach Zach McVeigh with the Jefferson Lady Blue Jays.
Hi, I'm Chris Miller from St. Pius X High School.
And you're watching the Coach's Box.
And you are watching the Coach's Box
on Livestream STL.
On Livestream STL.
And we are back with round two here. We're going to have to make this kind of a short one because our friends here at La Pachanga, they're going to be kicking us out here in the next 15 minutes or so. They're going to go home a little early, and they deserve to go home a little early. So we're going to try to wrap this up. Guys, have we decided if we're going to do trivia or not?
No trivia.
Then here's what I think.
I have a microphone, so you will listen to every word I have to say.
I think if there's no trivia, then Ray takes the cup home with him.
That's fine.
Hey, I kind of like that idea. Do I get to take it?
Man, You finally win one, and
I
they're
win
all no.
one,
I'm
I
talking
know,
about
right?
these. He's
You
talking
won
about
two.
salty. I
You
know
won
that's what I'm
two.
saying. And
Don't even get
salty.
me started
And
about the
salty.
last
And they're both
show.
rigged.
and they're both rigged.
The last show, the rules. It's like
Speaking of rigged,
whose
let's
line
talk
is it anyway? Where the rules and the score don't matter, right? This here, he take it.
Speaking of them,
It's
let's
around
talk-
the
you
horn.
Hey, yeah.
All right,
there you
Woody,
go, mute-
whatever.
Mute button. Well then, hey, let's talk about Super Bowl then.
What about it?
Next show.
Should we talk about
I mean,
the Super Bowl?
Hey,
What
I mean, I
happened?
don't think
Here's-
all these Chiefs fans want to hear about it.
Well, here's my question, and I'll pose that all of you guys.
Yes, he's the best all time.
All right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was it. Put your GM hat on.
Yep.
So you saw Chiefs and Bucks.
Yep.
You have a draft coming up. What is more important after watching the Super Bowl? What is more important for you to build your team, your program going forward? Are you going to, like they're predicting in the mock draft, you're going to take a quarterback, or are you going to try and build and maybe build an offensive line?
I mean, if you have the best offensive line in football and nobody back there who can throw the ball, it really doesn't matter.
But let's think about it though. You go Manning. You look at Breeze. You look at if you're talking about athletes. Manning wasn't going to wow you. Brady, look at Brady. He didn't have any of the wow factors.
He wasn't a top guy coming out?
No.
Sorry.
You have that it factor, but to me, I'm not going to take a flash in the pan athlete. I'm going to try and build in the trenches because whether it's high school, college, pros.
Let's turn it back a little bit.
Yeah.
What'd the Rams do? They took Orlando Pace.
Yep.
I mean, you want to talk about – I mean, they weren't –
Dallas, when they were competitive, they had the best line.
The Chefs took Fisher, number 1 overall. That was a big piece to lose.
I know. That's
for
what
the
I'm
Super
saying.
Bowl.
Their whole O-line.
And by the way, Kevin Howley wanted me to share something with you guys about Patrick Mahomes. I mean, listen, the guy played his absolute tail off.
Are you talking about how many
yards?
he
Total
ran?
yards.
Oh, my gosh.
Total yard. I can't pull up because it's front. But anyway,
It was
total
like almost
total yards.
500.
Almost, yeah.
475 yards that he actually just ran around.
Yeah.
Dave Crump says, "Go Chiefs."
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you did I think you were the bad luck charm. But
bad luck guy.
Yeah,
We
I don't
love
know
you,
about
Dave.
that.
Well,
But no, they
when are we going to get the Crumper on? Crumper has to be on the show at some point. We need to bring him on and just drill him. Just drill him.
We could talk about this topic maybe because he's very knowledgeable to football for sure. 100% good.
I don't know. Like I said, we've talked about this over the weeks.
Might have to get a bigger headset. He's got a big head.
All right, Jug Hills.
Yeah,
Talking bad about my
right?
assistant coach
That's
here.
right.
They'll
Man.
stretch.
I don't know. I'm not going to look for all this highlight reel athleticism. I want to look up for the intangibles. I want to try and build.
So you're drafting someone from Alabama.
O-line.
If I'm drafting somebody from Alabama, that means I've got a top 5 pick.
Obviously. Just saying.
You would
I
think.
mean, it's hard to argue either way. You go line or you go quarterback. I mean, but if you have the number 1 pick right now, I mean,
Trevor Lawrence.
You're taking Trevor Lawrence. You have to be.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but what about 2, 3, 4? I mean, they're talking 4 QBs in the first.
I
4
wouldn't
pick.
draft. No,
I'm
no.
not. I'm not.
Trevor
drafting
Lawrence
those
is
guys.
the only guy.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
right.
I'm
not
not
drafting those other.
I wouldn't
guys.
draft the other guys until
No.
I just had to. I'm going to build on the line. Obviously, you can see that it's kind of important. Patrick Mahomes is the best, most athletic quarterback in the NFL, and he looked like a man running scared. It was shades of Fran Tarkenton being chased by everybody on the field, and then still, I mean, he made plays, and guys just didn't catch the ball.
Right.
So, yeah, I'd say an offensive line would have probably really helped. So, I mean, he was drafted 15th overall.
And you also have, they got a guy that went to fight COVID. That was one of, they got 4 guys out. It isn't like they didn't draft or get guys.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
But it shows the importance of you have the best quarterback and nobody to
building
protect
depth,
him.
and
you
building
pulled some
depth.
guys out of your practice squad and off the street to say, hey, you're big, you're a bouncer. Do you want to help guard our quarterback? And dude's like, no, obviously not.
But
Here
you
for the
know,
paycheck.
I think it makes a perfect sense of seeing how important that position is.
Yeah.
No matter if you have the best quarterback back there or or
Dude,
the
your
worst quarterback in the league in back there.
Your front
If you
seven
don't-
on both sides of the ball are the most. I mean, your line and your O line and your D line are probably two of the biggest assets you have to have on a football team.
I think that changes the whole game. Completely changes
I
the
mean,
whole
think
game.
about pass rushers. Think about how the game has changed, and you got to have guys up front, but that can the rush the passer.
Well, if you got 4 guys that can rush the passer, you can drop more guys in the coverage.
Yep.
And the Giants did that to the Patriots twice.
Yep.
And you just saw the Bucks do it.
Well, I was going to say
there it is.
That's exactly what Tampa did. I mean,
Yep.
Well, yeah, you got
They
Sue,
didn't-
you got all them guys, and just
They're happy for Ndamukong Suh. You go from stomping a dude in the face, now you get to win a
he's
Super
kicked
Bowl.
a couple people.
I mean, he's a dirty dude, man.
Yeah.
That's good. I was happy for him.
He was pretty quiet. He's been pretty quiet all season long.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's the Brady effect. I mean, they were talking
Brady
about
effect
the
is-
leadership qualities that he.
Listen,
the
he got
intangibles.
Antonio Brown to stop being Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'm just saying, like
He
he
did
took-
the first time around.
Well, I mean,
Well,
yeah.
but how much
Who
control
else
did
can
he
do
really
that,
have?
though?
Hey, that was
Yeah.
already done before he got there.
Yeah.
Before he got to New England, and Tom's like, "Look, dude,
Think-
I'm gonna give you a second chance. You're gonna live in my house, and you're gonna have to do all this. Probably give him a curfew. Told him had to put him in bed. Here's your bedtime story.
Right.
You don't get to go. I need to get up to go to pee.
Probably-
That's all right. Here you goes a bottle.
worked.
Stay in bed. Don't do anything.
Here's your
Here's a
antidepressants. Here's your, you know,
Here's the question: who else could do that besides Tom Brady? Over the years, who else could do that?
What, Manning?
Peyton Manning
Maybe
probably.
Manning
do
doesn't
that.
have that personality though.
I
mean,
bet.
I don't know. I don't know.
Johnny Unitas.
I think Montana had a little.
Montana
bit
could probably do that.
I think Kurt Warner could have.
Kurt Warner maybe.
Kurt Warner could
later in his career.
Yeah, later.
Kurt was a little softy though.
Yeah.
For sure, early in his career.
He would at least.
He
brought
got a
in
little
some
bit hard.
ice
He got a
cream.
little bit more once he came to the Rams. From when he's earlier, like before he was in the NFL. I mean, he was real soft.
Yeah.
He'll even
Favre,
say
would
that
he
to
do
you.
that? Favre do that?
He's a gunslinger. He was the guy that
You don't act. You keep acting up. I'm just gonna arm wrestle you down here like
Yeah.
an old steer. You know, that's kind of that kind of guy. I don't know,
Roger
he's not all
Staubach
shucks.
might have done that.
Well, yeah, Roger. Now you're
Yeah,
showing your
whoa,
age.
whoa.
It's all right.
Whoa.
Hey,
Dude,
Bud hooked me.
I
Bud
said
hooked
Johnny Unitas, and that's way before my time. Johnny Unitas was probably one of those John Wayner kind of guys, you know.
I mean, it's just. I mean, that just shows you the effect that Tom Brady has.
I agree.
On people, and you can say what you want. I don't care. Talk about deflating footballs. You can talk about all the cheating in New England. It just shows you that he can go to another team, and they went from 4 wins to the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I think let's just put that one to bed.
Do you think
You don't have to like him.
Do you think it was Tom Brady
What?
that did all that stuff, or was it
Well,
somebody?
definitely
else?
the GM because everybody that scored.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about the cheating and stuff?
Oh, okay.
Every
I thought he was going to a totally
Wait.
different.
I thought he was going
Well,
for the
obviously,
officials.
the Belichick thing is you can say what you want. They all tried.
You
The
can't-
deflating
everybody
of
did.
footballs, they all doctor the
They-
footballs. I've been over
It
this a
doesn't matter.
thousand
It's
times.
just like
Agreed.
baseball. It's just like
do
baseball.
they
Thank
all
you.
take
does
people's
that.
practices?
That's probably
That's a Belichick.
Belichick.
You
That's
think
not
Tom Brady was running a
no.
camcorder or something?
Oh, I'm sure Tom
might have
Brady
been.
wasn't upset though when he knew what they were going to do.
If your coach Katie said, "Listen, look at this film that I got. It's some stuff that nobody's seen," you'll be like, "Okay, coach, let's watch it." Yeah, that's cool. You'd be all for it. Anything you can do, because you know what? It's like I ain't getting in trouble if this thing comes out. It's gonna be this guy.
Well-
I'm gonna watch it.
Here's what I'll say about Tampa. Tampa didn't just bring Tom Brady in there and say, "Okay, here's what I got for you. Here's who you have. Go win with them." They brought some other people along with him.
Well, that sounds like that's pretty
well,
intelligent GM
a lot
work.
of the people they brought with them were because Tom Brady
Exactly
was there.
right.
I mean, you
Exactly
got
right.
Leonard Fournette, Gronk. You got all these
AB.
guys that want to be there.
Correct.
I mean, if he went to another team next year, he could say, and all these. I
These
mean,
guys would
Gronk
come.
doesn't have a contract. These guys would go right with him again.
Yeah. Same thing in basketball. You talk about, they talk about building
Wrong.
the super teams in basketball.
Yeah, it's no different.
Anybody see the new picture of him in a Dallas Cowboys uniform?
That's the only way you can get him to not win a ring. Saw that.
Who's my brother talking about? How about McCoy getting back-to-back Super Bowl rings?
Colt
without-
McCoy.
Yeah.
Oh, Colt McCoy. Okay.
Colt McCoy.
Ah,
Yeah. Hey, backup quarterback is one of the best jobs in the NFL.
Blaine Gabbert got one too, didn't he?
Yeah, Blaine Gabbert got one this
Hey,
year.
How about that?
it is what it is, man.
Good for him.
But no, I mean that's what you got to do. General manager. Now, if I'm the Texans right now, I'm kind of in a little bit of a.
Yeah, but I'm
just
doing
letting
what
everybody
the Texans are doing. I'm telling him, hey,
I don't
our
know.
quarterback.
I don't know enough about the situation, but I'm going to ask you, why is firing the equipment manager necessary?
Well, I don't know about
Because
that.
then Dr. The Ball's going
I don't. I mean, you're going to say he's your quarterback. Great. He's under contract.
That's what I'm saying.
They're all under contract.
He can hold out.
Great. Go ahead. I
Then
mean,
you're not
go
gonna
use
pay-
your college
I'm
degree
not gonna
if you
pay
finish college and go
He didn't
do whatever
finish
that
college.
is. Okay, well then you know what? Take your bonus, go finish your degree, go do something else.
He did
You're
finish
under you're under contract. You're going to play. If not, sorry, you're out money.
Wait,
I don't feel sorry for you.
We've empowered these quarterbacks and all these athletes to think that they can just say, "Oh, I don't want to do this."
Then don't.
Well,
You don't have to be here.
look,
making
LeBron makes all the moves for his team. I don't care what anybody says. You can
Right.
say what you say about Brady. Brady goes, "Hey, listen, I need some help if this is the roster." All these guys who come in, they get to say those things.
Sure they do.
LaShawn McCoy, not Colt McCoy.
Yeah, so
My
it's the
bad.
running back.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I thought it was Colt. Oh, where's Colt McCoy playing now? I don't
Maybe
know.
Redskins.
Oh, he's Washington football team.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Formerly
No,
known
they
as
just
the
signed
Redskins.
their backup dude or whatever.
Yeah,
to,
Battlehawks. Yeah. Go St. Louis.
No, not Battlehawks. I'm talking about the Washington. Was that guy from Battlehawks?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Talking
that.
about Tiamu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that isn't who they just signed though. They signed somebody today.
Oh,
the guy that played in a couple of their games and played really well at quarterback. He was number 4.
I thought he was former Battlehawk.
No, this
Anyway.
is different. Anyway.
I don't know. Back to accounts in life.
Yeah.
So,
And like I said, I don't know. I don't know enough of the situation, but all I know is, as an owner, and it's my money because I'm the owner. You signed a contract, honor your contract. If you talk about building culture, then honor your contract.
I mean, people can go back on their word.
Then
I'm just saying.
Then
Shocking.
when you don't get paid and when you sit out and you lose millions of dollars in your game checks.
Millions of dollars.
Heineke.
I've drank one of those before.
Taylor Heineke or whatever.
Heineke,
yeah,
whatever.
Heineken.
I'm sure. I'm
Almost looks
sure,
like-
without a doubt, J.J. Watt probably wants out.
If I'm J.J. Watt, I want to leave.
But have you heard anything from him about? No, because he's. I would say if you look at him and the things that he does, and the things that he does for whether it's the organization or whatnot, he seems like a very honorable guy. He's probably thinking, I want out. I might talk to my agent, but you know what? I'm here. I've signed a contract. I'm gonna honor it. When I'm up and I'm a free agent, then I'm gone.
Russell Wilson said, "Dude, I've been hit more than anybody else in NFL history for the last 8 years. Please, for the love of God, give me some offensive linemen."
Yeah.
He came out and said that on the Dan Patrick show. Yeah, he's kind of playing GM right there. How do you handle that?
Perfectly fine.
You okay with that?
I
Let me ask you,
he's not saying I'm going to quit and I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Yeah.
He's not on a boat somewhere.
No.
Oh, not with Tom Brady throwing the Super Bowl trophy.
No.
I saw
that.
that.
Man, talk about epic party or epic parade. That's kind of cool. That all the boats.
Yep.
That's
what you do, man.
That's what you do.
That's what you
during
do.
COVID.
What you do during COVID. You're in Florida. Tom Brady. He's like, dude, if you drop it, I got 6 more. I was going to go, hey, Bill, I need to borrow one of those.
Or Gronk, he could spike it again, I guess.
Oh, man.
It's like I just have another one of those made.
Yeah.
How about Gronk getting out of sprints and stuff by taping himself all in the same day?
Smart. With the different shirts
shirt
on.
on.
Yeah.
Smart.
Hey.
Crump says, what a moron.
Who? Gronkowski? Gronkowski's like the smartest dude. He retires for a year. He gets his body healthy.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a single game.
Nope.
Matter of fact, he comes out and says that he had more fun this year than he's ever had playing football. That kind of tells you a little bit about the culture in New England. But at the same time, hey, the winning's proof in 6 years.
Well,
but
I
was happy for him.
I'm going to say he outperformed Kelsey.
Oh, we had
Sure he
2
did.
touchdown catches.
No.
Sure he did.
And you know what? He's an underrated blocker. He is he's a hell of a blocker.
Oh, he's calling Brady the moron.
Why?
7 Super Bowls.
Seven.
The moron.
7.
Got more than
Now, this is totally off the subject, but did you hear Robert Horry and his tweet that he made? He said, "Hey, welcome to the 7-time championship club."
Oh, that's
and all the
awesome.
backlash he's getting.
Yeah. Why is he getting
Well, because he,
Big Shot Horry, man?
I know, Big Shot
Yeah,
Bob.
but-
I know, but
How many times did he hit big shots to help his teams
I know.
win?
Not exactly Brady though.
No, he's not exactly
Right.
Brady. What are we in such a hurry for?
We got to wrap it up. It's 9
Oh,
o'clock.
I don't think
Bedtime.
I don't think he's going to care. He's got customers still.
Maybe
in
we
here too,
just
over
maybe
there.
we just go Facebook Live and have an after show.
Maybe. We could do it.
We're on the icy
TCB
roads.
after hours.
On the icy
After
roads.
hours.
He's saying throwing that trophy from boat to boat. Crump's skinny.
Oh, well.
He does.
you know.
He can do whatever he wants. He's the GOAT. Hey, when your guy gets to be the GOAT someday, he can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
He is the GOAT. I mean, I don't like him.
Yes,
He's the
Scott, we
GOAT.
did talk about Mahomes and basically looking like Superman, making
Oh, the one
passes
he was parallel.
and just
And it hit the
literally
guy in the hands.
Oh,
And it hurt the guy in the face
hits Hill
mask.
right in the face mask. It's like, dude, I can't get any
phenomenal.
better than this.
I mean,
If there was a way he could have been MVP, I'd say he would have been, but didn't throw 3 touchdowns.
What do you think? So going off this before we have to get kicked out of here, I guess.
I just think Ray's kicking us out.
But we
go
got
ahead.
we got to talk.
We were told they're leaving.
We got to talk about the weather impacting next week's high school sports districts starting out.
I'll see you
projected
guys
weather.
in a couple weeks come district tournament time because we're going to be snowed in.
They're saying next week that we could get anywhere from
Are you saying 4 to 8 inches of snow?
That's what they said.
Where'd you get your weather
Weather-
from?
well, these
Weather
are
Channel.
meteorologists.
Weather Channel doesn't know anything.
Meteorologists can do, be right 20% of the time.
So-
Pretty much.
Here's my question.
Not even that.
Let's say that there's no games played this week.
Yeah.
Let's just hypothetically say it, and then
I
we
would-
move into next
No
week.
games played next week.
No games next week,
week.
and districts start Saturday.
Okay.
Sounds like being on COVID. Being
Sounds-
quarantined.
It sounds like
How can you think and imagine that you're never going to practice all the way up to
because I'm gonna go and take a damn tractor and I'm gonna plow a freaking road to it. I'm gonna pick up my kids and we're gonna have practice. Are you kidding me? We ain't gonna wait that long to play practice, play a game.
Practice.
You're out of your damn mind.
2 weeks.
Are you, hey,
of not picking
what
up
kind of weight
basketball.
loss stuff are you taking right now? Because you're out of your damn mind. We're gonna practice.
Hey,
we are practice.
if they say you can't go to practice,
Go to the
what
Y.
are you going
Go
to
to
do?
the
We're going
Y.
to the freaking Y. We will have practice.
Get on your toboggan.
man.
Get on your toboggan.
If any of my kids are watching my
Private
show,
school,
well, you
man.
know what?
Private school.
Care about your education. We're gonna have virtual day, and we're gonna have practice.
You can draw your math homework.
You know, you
in the
can.
snow.
Hey, you
But
can.
hey, there's no advantage.
Hey,
No advantage.
Wait,
my
what
kids haven't
advantage
touched the
what?
basketball since Friday.
what? No advantage of what? Go plow your own road and take them.
So-
Take them to
so-
the Y.
So my question is,
Wait,
what if
what?
what
That's
if
not how that
that
works.
happens?
What?
And you haven't played all this week, don't play all next week,
Okay.
and your district start on Saturday.
I guess we're gonna be
I
ready to
guess
go.
you're going
sir.
to play districts.
Can you imagine how ugly some of those basketball games are going
They're
to be?
already ugly from the COVID stuff this year. I mean,
we sat out a month and came back, and it was one
it was
ugly game.
ugly basketball. It is what it is. Hey,
So what he's saying is on to Cincinnati.
on to
Exactly what he's saying.
Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
Hey, we're
No,
gonna practice.
hey, it's no worse than watching Duke in Kentucky right now.
Oh!
Saying Duke's my team.
Especially Kentucky.
Duke gonna make the tournament.
No.
Here's what I'll tell
Kentucky
you.
gonna make the
Is
tournament.
Mizzou winning right now?
I bet they
That's
do.
what I don't want to know.
Here's what I'll tell
I
you
bet
about
they do.
Kentucky.
Bet both
We
of
didn't
them
even
do.
talk about Mizzou.
Let's look at Kentucky and say that in all of their games they've lost, only one of them has been less than 6 points.
They
Or
still
more than 6
lost the
points.
game.
But here's what I'm telling you.
It's like we were so close.
Think about tournament time, SEC tournament.
What about
Mark my words, they'll be in a championship game.
who?
SEC
Side bet on
tournament.
this?
Yeah, man.
Kentucky.
You know, I tell you
Bold
why.
predictions.
I tell you why is because they're going to get games in. They're going to get games
It's going
in.
to be rigged.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Did you see
they're not
that there?
They're not even gonna make the semifinals.
forward.
They're gonna be in the tournament.
You're crazy. No, they won't.
You know they're gonna make tournament.
No.
you see that
If they don't
Jarvis
win
fall
the
forward?
SEC tournament, they will not be in the
All
tournament.
right, I'll make you 2 bets.
Oh,
I'll make you 2 bets.
Who won't be in the tournament?
I'm gonna
Kentucky
say
will not be in the NCAA tournament
I'm gonna
or
say-
the NIT. If they do not
Mizzou's
win,
down 42-37.
if they
Okay.
do not
They're
win
down.
the SEC tournament, they will not be in the NIT or the.
They won't even have the NIT. It'd just be March Madness.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably right. But
Don't have a
I'm-
site.
I'm going to tell you right.
7.5.
Yep.
Not
No,
All right.
No.
Should we wrap up?
I
Yep,
guess
happen.
you're telling me
No.
we have to playing the music.
They got
Well, I'm
Everybody's-
trying to.
Everybody's
See, this,
honor their request.
when we're doing games, this is easy out. I mean, this is just absolute 100% easy. As soon as I play the music,
There's nothing
it's
easy
time to
about
go to
doing
commercial.
this.
It's time to go to commercial. So
We've been on
There it is.
like, music for 5 minutes.
I know because
I
you
love
guys
it.
keep yapping.
It's the we're calling
It's
it like
what
we
the
see
viewers
it.
want. All
There it
18 of
is.
them.
Yeah.
There it is.
Are you not entertained?
There you have it. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being with us tonight for the Coach's Box, and we appreciate it again. We will try to keep you guys as much informed as possible for upcoming basketball games and whatnot. And we will be covering, let me find it here, February Madness for us here for Misha Playoffs. We will be covering the Misha Playoffs, so make sure you tune in to Livestream STL and when we have those particular games. And we're going to wrap it up here. You are watching the Coach's Box. Thanks so much for being with us. Have a great evening.